Hi everyone! I wanted to do some anime eyes, and this is based off of a request that I got in the comments from a wonderful subscriber. What do you need? You need a pencil and eraser, and that's it. Let's get started. So anime eyes are quite expressive, so we're going to create a big eye. So first I want to draw a circle. Now my trick to drawing circles is, instead of keeping my hand stuck to the piece of paper and just moving my pencil, I like to take my hand and just move the whole thing around until I have a circle I'm happy with. So I'm going to start off with a medium-sized circle, and I go around and around until I have a good circle that I'm happy with. Okay, so once that's ready, I'm going to add the lines now. So anime eyes, again, are very expressive, so they usually tend to be larger. They tend to have more emotion in them based on how the character's feeling. So if the character's really upset, they might get really squeezed together, or if the person's really surprised or shocked or happy, they'll be really wide open. So we're just going to do a regular eye. So I'm going to go up like this, and then I want to make it exaggerated, so I'm going to come down like that. So we're exaggerating our eye shape. And of course everyone has different eye shapes, and in anime also you have different eye shapes, but we're just going to go with a very exaggerated eye shape. Okay, and maybe if you want, you could bring that down a little bit. This is going to be the base shape of our eye. And then of course down here we're going to create like a little line that goes like this. So now I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to add a little bit of an ending to this part. And now what I want to do is I want to create the thick line here, because anime eyes usually have a really thick line at the top. So I'm just going to go like this, and I can perfect this line later on if I want to. And I can also, sometimes they'll have a little flick at the end for an eyelash line. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this. And one trick when you want to draw these eyelash lines is to follow this line over here. So if your eye is going up this way, then you know that the eyelash flick, the little flick with the eyeliner or eyelash or whatever you want to call it, will also go and up in that direction. Add a little one over here, and you don't have to, you can keep it like that, or you can even keep it without these and you can just keep that line there. And then what I want to do is I want to add another line that goes perhaps down here a little bit. So I'm going to go like this, and then like that. And you don't need to add that part if you don't want to. I just want to add some more details to it. So now I want to do this bottom part, and to make it artsy and to make it stand out a little bit, I'm just going to go like this, and then I'm going to go like that, and then like that. And that's just going to give it a different look. And actually, you know what? Let's connect this line to that line over there. All right, so far that's our eye. And then for the circle that we drew, we just want to outline it. Notice again, unlike a real eye, unlike a realistic eye, this eye is huge, and the iris part is very big as well. And we're just going to do a circle, regular circle pupil like this. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and erase these extra lines that I don't know. This line, I don't really need to erase these lines because I'll probably go over it with black, but these and these lines over here. So I'll be back. So once you've erased your lines, I want to add some highlights. Because remember, eyes usually have sparkles in them, or they're shiny or whatnot, so we want to add some of that. So we're going to add one over here that kind of spans and goes up to this area here. So how I'm going to do that is I want to lightly, very lightly, just draw a line that goes like this. Okay, or you can even, you know what, let's just do it straight. Okay, so I'm going to do a line that goes like this, and then you know what, it connects here, and it sort of comes over here and gets smaller as it goes up. So we'll just go like that, and then we'll just come down and bring it so that maybe that'll be a sparkle in the eye. And another thing to keep in mind with anime eyes is they are very shiny. So if for a regular eye, so I'm just going to quickly show you a drawing of a regular eye that I did. You have like these squares. For an anime eye, you're going to have a lot more shine added to it. Well, let's just add a little line like that and go around like that. And I can come and fix it if I don't like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna also add, just in case, I'm gonna add a little bit here, and we can erase these later if we don't like them, but for now For now, I just want to keep them in. Sometimes they also have circles. So let's add one inside here and a little one on this side. And then point up like that, point up like that. And just basically a few more corners than a star has. Okay, I just want to outline this. So let me just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to outline this. I'm going to outline this part here. Let's see. And I think I'm pretty okay with outlining the pupil for coloring in this part like this. Okay, so I'm just going to, so now I'm going to fill these two lines only in with the marker, or you can use pencil crayon or your pencil, and I'll be back. I'm going to add some color before we tackle the pupil inside because we might want to change that up. We're not sure yet. Well, before we color, let's add an eyelid here. So not all anime eyes have an eyelid, or sometimes they'll have like a very small eyelid. You know what? We're going to add a really small one as well. It's not going to be too big. So I'm just going to go like this with my marker. Oops. Okay, so I'm just gonna go down like that. There we go. So erase any extra lines. And now I'm gonna pick some colors, and you can also use your pencil if you want. Now, a lot of anime eyes tend to be colors that we're not used to seeing in everyday real life, but that's what makes it really cool and fun, because you can just use whatever color you want. You don't have to worry about sticking to regular human eye colors. Oh, I'm gonna take the dark purple. Start off at the top here. It's gonna be a shadow cast by the top, so this part's gonna be darker. So I'm going to just go in and fill in the eye. So I'm gonna just go and do a dark line, and you know what, we're gonna also carry the dark line around just to outline it. So go ahead and outline that, and then I want to come down lightly, so in light strokes. And you know, I want to lighten these lines here because I don't want them to make the color muddy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and erase that. You could still see it, but that it's not gonna cloud my pencil crayon color. It's not gonna smudge into my pencil crayon color. Okay, so there we go. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to go ahead and lightly color this in. So I'm gonna start off at the top lightly, and then I'm gonna go really dark because we want it to go from dark down to light. So I'm gonna just press really hard once I've tested my pencil crayon out and I like it. And you know, one suggestion that I have, and you guys probably do this already, but I like to test pencil crayons or whatever medium I'm using. I like to test it out on a scrap piece of paper. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going down. And as I go down, I can choose to lighten the pressure that I'm using. And also keep in mind that blending is important. So just go over it and over. And the way I like to blend is I like to use circular motions because that just really gets in all the gaps. You know, I'm gonna just quickly outline that lightly. Well, so notice this bottom area, I'm just leaving it one layer of light. I can come back to it and add and blend different colors in. Something that has more of a pink in it, you can even use a pink if you like. And I just wanna blend that in. So I'm going to come down, and I might have to press a little bit harder at the top just because that dark purple's already there and it makes it difficult. But again, you don't need to use purple. You can color this in any color you want. You would start with a darker shade of that color and then you would move on lighter. And if you're using pencil, you would just use shading to do that. So you would shade really dark at the top and then you would get lighter as you go down. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep adding this color lightly as we move down because we don't need to add too much. I'm gonna use a pink. Just wanna really blend those colors in. Okay, so I'm gonna use a pink here. Clean up around here. So I'm gonna take one of the colors. It doesn't really matter which one, because at this point you have all your colors laid out. So I'm just gonna clean it up, the smudges and stuff, make it tidy. Accidentally gone over a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna color over it a little. And I just wanna go over with my dark purple around the border area, the edge area, so that, because now that I've added more color, sometimes you can't really see the color you started off with, so you want to just make that darker. And then because this is, the eyelid is casting a shadow over, I'm going to take a black, and now here, but we're just going to blend some black into that to give it shadow. So I'm just going to take the black and lightly, and we're going to go over it again with the purple just to blend that black in. I'm going to go over a few times. Do it in circular motions. That's really good for blending, and that's really going to help. Sorry for the table shaking. That's really gonna just help get that blending in. We take the black and go around it as well, because it'll just really make the eye pop and stand out. I'm just gonna fill that circle in. Now I'm going to just go and fill in the gaps that I have with my marker. A little more detailed. I'm going to add more details into the eyeball itself. Blue. Any blue is fine. Very, very lightly, just add some light shading and shadow to the corner. You can add a little bit on this side. And of course, this part of the eye doesn't really have anything, so we'll just add it up here. Over here, maybe a little bit. Add some gray to the inside here, so like that, so that it kind of goes from dark to light. I'm gonna just bring this line up a little, and then I just want to make these a little pointier, so you can do that by extending the line a little bit. Okay, so there we go. That's our anime eye. We can add some more details if we want to. I mean, we can really keep blending and coloring, make it even prettier if we want. We can also add some lines over here. Some anime eyes have these little lines like this if you want. They just have these lines going across just to add some detail. Or you can also do what realistic eyes have as well, which is just these little lines going in. And they won't exceed this area, but they might just slip in through a little bit. Okay, so that just adds more detail, because some anime eyes are a little more realistic and a little more detailed than some other ones. And since we can't see the lines up here, maybe I can add some marker, but then also you can add some lines coming out from the middle. Okay, so what I want to do now is just clean up this line some more. Okay, and the last thing I want to do is, because I couldn't add shading here, I just want to take my marker and just add some shading, but I just like that. And then the last thing is just to add a thicker line on the outline. Okay, so that's our anime eye. I loved drawing this with you guys, and again, if you guys have any suggestions for what we'd like to draw next, you can just write them in the comments and I'll read them and we'll do it together. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I can't wait to draw with you guys again.